Occupy Wall Street is back, baby. We got a post here from Gavin Mario Wax, who says the New York Young Republicans Club will be staging a protest in Zuccotti Park to reoccupy Wall Street. We are sick and tired of bailing out the fat cats and hedge funds for their own mistakes while they stomp on the little guy for trying to make a buck. This is not capitalism. And then we have this from Eventbrite. Let the people trade, in quotes. Reoccupy Wall Street, Sunday, January 31st at noon, Zuccotti Park.
So just
Almost
keep
10
it
years
cool. So just keep it cool. It doesn't need to be about politics. This is about the little guy and gal.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yep. Keep it about the little guy and little gal. I think this is an area that we can all kind of come together.
We have Rashida Tlaib and Alexandria Cortez and even
Ted Cruz.
Yeah, Ted Cruz is in on it, complaining and saying that the Robin Hood thing, they should be investigated now for what they did, which is political.
Well, and I'm not confident they'll do anything. But
Right.
before we get away from too much from the Zuccotti stuff, we had a story from the New York Post. NYC protesters slam Robinhood, scream at Wall Street traders amid GameStop stock chaos. Apparently, people are showing up physically outside of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Tax the rich, invest in our New York. It's getting it's everybody. Trump supporters. You go to Patriots.win, where it's the old Donald Trump forum. They're all in. They're just like cheering and clapping. Then you look at these socialist forums, they're cheering.
Dude, it's so funny on Twitter. For the first time, I was going down the list. I saw Tim tweeting and complaining about it, about, I don't know, Nokia. Vosh tweeting, complaining about it. The exact same thing. I was like, yes, we've unified.
Dang, maybe I feel like I'm in the out group right now. Maybe I need to cook up a fire tweet about it.
Probably.
Are you cheering on the hedge funds?
No, not that. I'm just saying, like, I feel like I haven't spoken. I don't have much to say about it.
Oh, well, now you do.
I mean, I always support the plebs. I'm a pleb.
Yep.
So I always support the plebs. I want the little guy to win. I want the underdog to win. That's my entire, like, energy in life. I always want the underdog to win.
My thing is, like, pure capitalism, like capitalism in its pure form, is supposed to be that people freely trade with each other.
Right.
And then let's say Ian figures out this really great graphene polymer substance, and all of us are like, dude, we need some of that. So we all give Ian money to buy it, and now Ian's got all this money. And I'm just like, that's awesome. Congratulations for, your success. You've helped us out.
Congratulations.
Shout out to the graphene. This is graphene.
Yeah.
Wait, did you actually do? Wait. Back up. Did I miss a joke? Like, is that an actual thing that happened?
Yeah.
Well, no. Like Ian loves graphene, so I'm just making a point about
what's
invention.
graphene?
Oh, it's pure carbon.
Oh.
It's
hexagonally
laced carbon.
I won't bring it up.
Okay,
I don't
we
have
can
time.
go into it later in the
Listen.
show.
Y'all trying to do light as a feather, stiff as a board. Now I'm seeing this.
It's going to be like
this
steel.
witch powder come out.
Yeah.
Listen,
We'll treat it like
Amanda,
the steel of the
find
21st
me.
century.
Amanda, come find me. I'm just playing. Sorry.
So my point is, though, what we're seeing now is not capitalism in its pure form. We're seeing people lie on TV and get their buddies to lie so they can steal money from people. Now you have a bunch of people who have gotten rich who've contributed absolutely nothing. But I even put the line past day traders. Like, there are people who trade and make money off trading, assuming risk, but then making money, not producing a whole lot. Right. But I'm not even complaining about that. I'm complaining about these companies, these firms and these funds that rig the system and manipulate to cheat, and they get away with it every single time. Until now. Well, actually, maybe they will. I mean, they're still on the hook for, billions of dollars. We'll see. With the halting of trading on these stocks, of purchasing, their prices did go down. But a lot of people are saying, just don't sell. They won't let you buy, don't sell. If there's no supply, they can't buy. They can't pay back the lenders for the shorts, and they're gonna burn essentially. I think the point I was making earlier, we saw that the game, that they were cheating, but we still thought that we could get past that. You know what I mean? I guess now we're realizing that they're cheating to the point where if you get even close to beating them while they're cheating, they just flip the board.
Yep.
Just throw it in the garbage.
And we have individuals like Ted Cruz agreeing with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Ted Cruz literally retweeted AOC and said, I'm with this.
But then what did she do?
But hold on. Yeah. This is before we even get there, this is spectacular that we have so many people on the opposite political spectrum saying, whoa, this is messed up. This is not right at all. And then, of course, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who was tweeting a whole bunch of divisive race stuff the entire day, who tweeted about it once, slapped him back and then accused him of trying to murder her. I mean, how hyperbolic, how sensational, how utterly ridiculous can you get? You have a moment in time when the left and the right are finally coming together, seeing things clearly, seeing things get together against the special interest, and then you have Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez screaming, "Hey, he tried to kill me!"
Shill.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Now you got to pull these cards out? And then
listen,
if she really believed Ted Cruz wanted to kill her, why didn't she press charges?
You look at what she was even tweeting. I will support a hearing if necessary. What do you mean if necessary?
Of course it's necessary.
Rashida Tlaib was like, we must do this. And I was like, yes, preach. And Ted Lieu was like, how is this possible? I'm like, yes, sir. And AOC was like, I'm thinking about it. And I was like, all right, like, sure. And then she went, Ted Cruz tried to murder me. And I'm like, dude, she you know what, man? This is why I do not like her. She is a shill. She is a careerist. You've got people on the left and people on the right all cheering, you know, watching the hedge funds burn, and she comes out and starts slinging mud, distracting everybody once again. And I tweeted this. Watch out for those that are bringing up race and rage bait issues to distract you from the great GameStop rebellion. Yep. This is history being made right now. The people have found their power. They have focused their little ion cannons, but together it creates that massive beam. It's like Goku's spirit bomb in Dragon Ball Z. Everybody's giving their energy to make this massive, powerful blast. And she's going, no, everybody, don't look at that. Ted Cruz tried to murder me.
And being like, me. Look at me. I'm a victim. I mean, come on. I mean, seriously, to go there at this point in time is just crazy. Lydia, you have something to say?
This is what Liza's talking about. She's talking about not tainting this movement with stuff like politics and race, like what happened with Operation Wall Street. We want to keep it clean, straight, populist, serious about what you're actually pursuing, and unified. Like, why would you break it down along race barriers? Why would you be AOC screaming at Ted Cruz? It doesn't make sense.
It's because she is a clapback personality. That's
Queen,
it.
Yes.
So her whole shtick is the Republicans. So listen, I'll be the first to admit
that was a really good impression.
Yes.
But look. I rag on Democrats all day and night. All right. And I'll criticize Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, and a bunch of the Republicans as well. And I rag on them too. But I do rag on Democrats way more. And this is the perfect example. You've got people on the right like Rand Paul. You used to have people on the left like Tulsi Gabbard. And now she's not there anymore. But for the most part, there's several people, Thomas Massie, Rand Paul. You can call them and say the Republicans have some people that are doing well and they're staying on principle. Then you look at the left and you've got Nancy Pelosi, she's like a sludge monster of corporate grime that builds up on the bottom of one of their freight trucks as they ship their corporate pollution.
Morning.
And then,
Yes.
yes. Good morning. Sunday morning.
Good morning.
And then you have
Sunday morning.
AOC is supposed to be the insurgent candidate coming in and changing everything. And what does she do? She just dangles the keys in front of the left. And then what happens is when she says, Ted Cruz, you tried to have me murdered, all of these leftists who are focused on hedge funds turn and go, yeah, slay queen, you tell Ted Cruz. And I'm like, no. Stop. Ted Cruz is giving you his power.
Did she actually say that he tried to kill
Yes.
her? What was her
Yes.
phrasing and what was she referencing?
You tried to have me murdered.
By what?
I'll
when
pull it
and
up.
by
Couple
what
weeks
method?
ago, so sit down. Clap back.
But when did he try and have her murdered?
He didn't.
He did. Oh my gosh.
She said, quote,
Okay.
I am happy to work with Republicans on this issue where there's common ground, but you almost had me murdered 3 weeks ago, so you can sit this one out.
All right,
What
there
the
you go.
hell is she
Going
talking
on and
about?
saying, happy to work with almost any other GOP that aren't trying to get me killed. In the meantime, if you want to help, you can resign.
Oh my God.
And then all of a sudden,
think she's
all
losing
of
it.
these lefties are distracted and their attention is turned. What AOC just did here was she fired a flare to distract the masses from the GameStop
But she
rebellion.
fired the flare at Ted Cruz, which isn't where you're supposed to fire a flare.
No. Ted Cruz is pointing at the hedge funds and yelling, charge and hold the line. And then she turns and points at him and says, no, get him. And I'm like, wait a minute. You're telling people to fire at the guy who's standing alongside us? She is the shill. Now, I'm not saying she represents these corporate interests or anything necessarily, but the game she plays, listen, you know what I was thinking? You can really figure out who the real grifters are right now. I was looking at Twitter and I saw some people posting about culture war stuff when the Capitol riot was happening. And I'm like, what is this? Why are you posting about this when we're watching the people storm the Capitol building? Do you really care about what's happening in this country? Or are you just pushing your one cause because it's what you know and how you know how to make followers and make money? I thought when you'd see something like the Capitol being stormed, that would capture everyone's attention as Americans. But no. Now we see this with GameStop and with the hedge funds, and I thought much the same thing. There are a lot of people I know who talk about critical race theory and stuff, and they're tweeting about this and critical race theory. And then there are people like AOC who tweets very little until people start tweeting at her, and then she tweets about it tepidly, and then starts attacking Ted Cruz again. And I'm like, you really don't care about the people, do you? Your whole thing is, I'm going to milk the culture war to rally a bunch of people who hate Ted Cruz, and it works.
But did she actually feel, I mean, I'm not even trying to be funny in the slightest, because I don't know the story, but my best friend told me I was too close to the mic. She told me to sit back. She told me I was too loud. Just saying. Anyway, no, so I just don't know. Did she actually feel like her life was in danger? And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being legit serious yeah. Because in my world, in the movement that in the space that I hang out in, that's like not a funny thing to joke about.
No.
So you get what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not trying to be.
Oh, of course not. But to blame it on Ted Cruz, who believes in a different political opinion on you, is a little disingenuous, in my opinion.
I think that's a good point, though. She's probably suffering from some sort of post-traumatic stress.
But did she actually feel like Ted? I'm not trying to be funny. Like,
well,
is that
she feels like Ted Cruz supported the movement that tried to have her killed.
Was she almost killed in that situation?
In her mind, yes. But realistically, it turns out no. But they didn't know that in the moment because people were storming in there, screaming and smashing windows.
So perhaps, and listen, I'm by no means a fan. Trust me, I'm not a fan. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Like, is there a chance that she actually felt like her life? Because there's some stressful times. And if somebody came in here right now, even if it was one of your friends, if you guys knew them, but if I didn't, I might feel a type of way and be like, oh, I'm about to, especially if it was somebody that was, I mean, let's just say Alex Jones. But Alex Jones came in and I didn't know who he was. And he came in all hot on 10 and I didn't know who he was. I would be like, oh my gosh, I might feel that anxiety.
Surrounded by Capitol Police being ushered out before anybody comes in. And why should she feel that way? What in her life has led her to experience that kind of trauma? No, I think look, you're allowed to be scared and you're allowed to be inexperienced, but you're not allowed to claim that Ted Cruz almost had you murdered simply because he said some words one time.
Is that something you're allowed to say on Twitter?
Yeah. Yeah, Twitter allows that.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're on the left, you're allowed to say a lot of things on Twitter. And you're allowed to
also
organize violence because they still do.
I could say I will see why she said it because I think she is suffering from a form of PTSD, having the Capitol been assaulted. But I don't think that justifies saying that as a politician. I think she's in the wrong doing that.
I think she's being a cynical politician and she wants that clap back.
I just think the only thing the one thing she's figured out is that she's anti-Republican. That's her whole position. I can't tell you what she's for because she flip-flops. She's just like, hey, the Republicans are bad. It's like, okay, I hear you. Now's not the time.
Yeah, now's the time when I'm
trying as hard as possible to be like, Rashida Tlaib nails it.
She's awesome.
Well, she's been surprising lately. She went out against the Patriot Act 2.0. Now she's making these statements, and I never thought I would say this, but I agree with Rashida Tlaib on these issues. And good on her for not playing party politics and standing up for actual issues that do matter and do affect us. And that's very rare. To see.
I gotta say, I'm actually a fan right now. You know why?
Yeah.
Because I know I don't agree with her, and I know I don't like her attitude when she yelled "impeach the mother effer," but I can see when she calls out Robin Hood, when she says no national security powers, I'm like, right on. You believe what you want to believe. I'll disagree with you, but I like that you stand up for what you believe in, and I like that you believe what you believe, and I like that you're challenging the system in a legitimate way. AOC's not doing that.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking out this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. We do the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., so come back to check us out when we go live. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and we are also available on all podcast platforms for free if you want to listen to us there. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you all next time.